All right, everyone, here we go. We are again with the Wavetable Creator app that we created before in the previous video, and then there was another video where I was showing a little bit how I was using it. Just to recap, so this has been created by ChatGPT completely, only with prompts, and with the Canvas mode, kind of newish, not so new anymore, and just continuing and prompting. And we have a certain state which is very nice. We can create very cool wavetables. Look at the other videos for more detail. But the basis is we have two main wavetables that we are creating by kind of interpolating between 4 different shapes. And then we have the option to use one of the wavetables, crossfade them both, mix them, and it's all kind of smart inside normalizing and everything. And then we can also save our settings, reset them, randomize our settings, and we can batch create a bunch of wavetables. There's 2 more features I want to add here. And let's see how we get with ChatGPT today. Let's see if it cooperates or not. The current code state is what I have open over here. So I know that currently what is open over here, it works. And yeah, let's see where we're at. So what I want to do is actually add one more middle shape. I've been kind of contemplating this, that now that we have each waveform is kind of 4 shapes, we don't have really like an anchor that we can set in the middle. And I was thinking that could kind of be quite creative, where you could kind of go from one shape, like it could be really creative if we start to use the noise to do kind of quantization. Maybe I'll show you what I mean, kind of what I have in mind once we do it. But I think this maybe 5 is actually like I'm starting to think, maybe it's the golden number. So that's what we want to do. So let's tell him that. Let's now add one more shape in each wave, so that each consists of 5 total shape selectors. Modify everything accordingly, including the preset system. Wait, let's just have a look what needs to absolutely be there. So the preset system, proper cross-fading math. Now there are 5 sections to count for. Well, proper, I guess it's also interpolation and cross-fading math. What else would kind of, I think that's probably it. Let's see how it comes up with. But what I do want to say, I don't want it to be called now start, middle, end. Let's call it the names. The names should no longer be start, middle, one. I'm just trying to be really explicit, end, but rather, how about let's go start, early, middle, late, end. Let's see what we get. So let's I'm gonna close mine so I can copy paste the new code that comes in, and yeah. Okay, so it's doing something. Hopefully it understood the request, and we can also already see here, yeah, so we have start, early, middle, late, end. So it's working on the request. It looks like it did understand what we wanted to do. Let's see. It's gonna now take it a bit longer, each prompt, because the script is simply way longer. The first video we were really starting from scratch, and now it's already 473 lines. It's gonna get longer now because we add one more segment to each wave. Let's see, now he's doing the math over here, and we can see, yeah, it's looking good so far as understanding the request, because we do have also in the math start, early, middle, late, end. Yeah, let's see. And yeah, like earlier when I was in the very beginning, it was 2, and then I ended up having 4. and it forgot to do the math over here at some point, I remember, and there was a crash bug or it wasn't working correctly, but here this time I see it did it. So it changed num cycles divided by 4, it changed it to 5, I see everywhere. Probably have a constant for that, but whatever. Okay, it looks like it's done. So let's take the code, paste it in over here. Save. Yeah, it's already 500 lines of code. Okay, and now start, early, middle, late, end. Start, early, middle, late, end. It's looking good so far. Let's maybe test it out a little bit. So how about we create some wavetables? So maybe the first one we can go, and that's kind of what I wanted to do, right? So now I can do right in the middle. Let's do a square so we can really see it. And in the mix here, let's only use the first wave. So we want to kind of test it out and yeah, see that it's also working correctly, and see actually that my theory that this could be cool actually makes sense. So how about we do sine, noise, square, noise, sine, and see what kind of example we get from that. So how about let's do, yeah, let's just call it test 1, create wavetable. Okay, there's no crash so far. That's already good as far as all the new code that we have in here. Let's go into contact. Yeah, I forgot to go to an init preset. So, okay, so now we're at the init preset. And if we go here, we do have our wavetable. Nice. So it created it. And let's throw it in. So it should morph from a sine to something like a crunchy-ish sine to a crunchier square and back to the sine. Oh yeah, awesome. So it definitely did work. That's amazing. And it worked like I thought it would. And that actually really, yeah, that's exactly how I imagined it. Awesome. So maybe let's test that out a bit, or should we add, what was the second thing I wanted to, okay, maybe let's test it out a bit because we have really cool working code at the moment. So let's create maybe maybe a few wavetables with this. Yeah, let's just do that. So how about let's stick with one for now to see what we can come up with, and then add the second one a little bit later. So how about we do sine to triangle to square to triangle to sine. Like, let's start with something I just want to see some geometry. I'm curious. So how about, let's call it Geo5, just so we know that it's this series. So let's create a few. How about, so we have sine, triangle, square. And how about it doesn't go to a square, it goes to a sawtooth, which is maybe a little bit more natural even, just to check it out. All right. And then how about let's not end so geometric. How about let's do sine, triangle, saw, I don't know, noise, and then triangle. I don't know. Why am I overthinking it? So let's do Geo5 3. And then maybe let's do something like, yeah, like let's work with the noise a little bit and stretch it out. So how about like sawtooth, noise, sawtooth, square saw. Curious. Okay, so we have yeah, we have a few. Let's go back to contact. Let's see. That was the first one. Maybe let's take the 3D so that, yeah, so that it starts. Okay, pretty cool. Second one. Remember, we're still just with the one waveform, like with the one wavetable, right? So once we get the second one in, it's going to be a lot more interesting. But just to check out these geometric shapes is already interesting. All right. When it changes really abruptly, it's maybe not that great, because once you start modulating, I mean, I don't know, let's maybe give it a go. So let's put the modulator over here on the wavetable morph and give it some speed so we can hear. Yeah, and you see it gets a little bit crunchy. So these like ones where it morphs really kind of, you get this little bump, this bump over here. I mean, it's still musical. You could still use it. It's not a bad wavetable, but if you go slow, then probably even this one is nice. It just doesn't, just kind of gets crunchy if you go a little bit too fast. Anyways, interesting enough, that was with one waveform. Maybe let's reset the whole thing. So we can go over here, we can click reset, and then let's do maybe just prepare the name so we don't overwrite. And those will be Geomix. All right, so the thing is, yeah, so my idea was that I have something that is really anchored in the middle. So how about we try here like a shark fin in the middle, and we go sine, triangle, shark fin, triangle, sine. And then we don't crossfade, we will mix in the second waveform in this case. And here we will go something like, so we start with a sine, we end with a sine. So how about here we start with a triangle, we end with a triangle. In the middle we have some noise maybe. Yeah, sine, sine. Well, maybe it's not aggressive, and I don't know. Let's try it. Why am I overthinking it? All right, so this would be Geomix 1. Let's check it out. Maybe let's turn off the modulation so we can just sweep it manually and hear exactly what's going on. So yeah, super nice. So morphing this one will be subtle, smooth, and very musically pleasing. I can really assume that's super interesting. I like it. Okay, so let's maybe try that. Well, not that fast. How about we add some velocity to the morph? So we go to the wavetable and we go to morph depth, as opposed to yeah, it's a pretty nice wavetable, I would say. Let's make some more in this style and then maybe, yeah, just close the video. So we had triangles, sine, noise, sine, triangle, and here we also had this kind of stuff. How about we go just a bit more aggressive? Let's go very aggressive, you know what? So let's do squares or square, triangle, shark fin, triangle, square. And then maybe here the middle one can be like triangle, noise, sine, sine. I don't know. Experimenting. Let's see. All right, we have one more. Let's turn off the effect section and turn off the modulation. This gets kind of soft in the middle in this case. Let's do one more thing. We also have an option now to randomize the settings. So this will randomize all these. and maybe it will think a little bit more outside of the box than I'm thinking at the moment, and maybe it will sound like shit, maybe it will sound amazing. Let's try it. So let's hit the random, and yeah, I should do another thing later where I remove this from the, well, maybe not, I don't know. So now it's saying off wave 1, but let's at least use them both. So let's do mix, and you know what else we can actually do? Maybe let's do that. We have create random batch. If I click now create random batch, it will do this and just create more than one. So we can create 5, 10, 25, or 50, or 100. Let's not create 100 right now, but maybe let's do 10. Okay, so we have 10 random ones. We can quickly check out with the new settings, with the fact that there's 5. Obviously random is random. I have no idea. Let's hear it out. So it could be actually that they come out nice if the interpolation, if everything is smooth, then why not? Like, it's going to use a lot of different shapes. Oh, wait, we have to actually turn this off as well. So there's a lot of changes in there, obviously expected if we did the randomization. And they're probably all going to sound sort of similar to each other, if we're honest, in this way. When it starts with noise, it's a little bit weird, maybe. I don't know, maybe not, depending. And this is kind of interesting. It sweeps from the noise. Interesting. Maybe let's do also one. Well, it did it here actually. It actually did a few with the crossfading. I think maybe let's end the video here, but I do have one more idea, and I'll have to think about it. Maybe I have a few more. The one thing I want to do, I'll do this maybe in the next video, is add another option here to the crossfade, where instead of just having mix and crossfade, you would have fade in 2. So wave 1 would be unaltered, but the second wave would be fading in and gradually being mixed into the first wave. So you don't have to kind of lose the first wave, but it's not an outright mix. So that will allow us to, for example, if we put the second one on noise and stuff, to slowly and gradually mix in that noise. That should probably be interesting. All right, thanks for watching. Just want to say that you can grab our Ocean Swift Wavetable pack, actually, and I will link it in this video. It's for 20 euros normal, 10 euros when it's on sale. It's, as of this video, on sale, and there are tons of wavetables, 1,000, 7,500 or something, like a huge number that we created with all these different tools. Among them, not exactly this Python script, but something similar like it. All right, cool. Thanks for watching. See you next time.